Hello, my dear students. Welcome back. I know, exams are just around the corner and the tension is building up, right? But listen, don't you worry one bit. We're going to breeze through this chapter on rights together, and trust me, in just a few minutes, you'll feel super confident. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so let me ask you something. You post your opinions on Instagram, you drop comments on YouTube videos, right? Maybe you even argue about the latest cricket match with your friends online. Have you ever stopped to think why you can do all of that so freely without being scared? Well, that, my friends, is the magic of rights. And that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. So first things first, let's get to the most basic question. What exactly is a right? Is it just something you want, like you want the latest iPhone? Is that a right? Or is it something much, much more important? Let's find out.
Now look closely at this definition. The key words here are justified claim. A right isn't just you wanting something. No, it's a claim that everyone, the whole society, agrees is fair and necessary. It's something that you are entitled to so you can live a life with respect, with dignity. It's not just a wish, it's a legitimate demand.
Here's a super simple example to make it crystal clear. You might want to wear casual clothes to school, right? But your school has a uniform policy. That's a want, a preference. But now look at the other side. The right to livelihood, the right to be able to work and earn money to live. See the difference? One is a choice, the other is essential for survival and a dignified life. That's the big difference between a want and a right.
So why do we even need rights? What's the big deal? Well, think of them as the foundation for a good life. First, they give us self-respect, our dignity. Second, they're crucial for our well-being, both physical and mental. And third, they help us grow. Take the right to education, for example. It's not just about passing exams, beta. It's your chance to discover your talents and build an amazing future for yourself.
Okay, a quick history lesson. But don't worry, it's a fascinating one. Where did this whole idea of rights even come from? It's not like one day everyone just woke up and had them. Nope, there's a story behind it, and it's pretty cool.
So, way back in the 17th and 18th centuries, people talked about natural rights. They believed these rights, like life, liberty, and property, were given by God or by nature, and no one, not even a king, could take them away. But fast forward to today, and we talk about human rights. The big difference? We now see them as guarantees that we, as humans, have created for each other, to make sure everyone can lead at least a decent, good life.
And this idea is beautifully summed up by this philosopher, Immanuel Kant. He said something amazing. He said that every single person has dignity. And you have this dignity just because you are a human being. It doesn't matter how many marks you get, where you come from, or how many Instagram followers you have. You are valuable just as you are. This idea, beta, is the absolute core of human rights.
Okay, my champions, focus up. This next part is super important for your exams. I promise you. We're going to break down rights into three main types. So get your notebooks ready. Let's do this. First up, we have political rights. Think of these as your power tools for democracy. They give you the right to vote and choose who runs the country. They let you contest elections yourself if you want to. And of course, they give you the freedom to express your views. Without these, you can't really have a democracy at all, can you? Next, and this is so very important, we have economic rights. Just think about it. What's the use of having the right to vote if you don't have enough food to eat or a safe place to live? Economic rights are about the basics: getting a fair wage, having decent working conditions, access to housing and healthcare. They're the foundation that makes all other rights meaningful.
And third, we have cultural rights. These are all about your identity, your roots, the right to get your early education in your mother tongue, the right to practice your traditions and celebrate your festivals. These rights protect our beautiful diversity and allow us to be proud of who we are. And just like these different types of rights, political, economic, cultural, are all equally important, so is each and every one of you. You are all unique, you are all special, and you are all equally important. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise.
Okay, so we've got all these rights. Fantastic. But who makes sure they're not just words on a piece of paper? Who enforces them? Well, that's where the government, which we call the state in political theory, plays a huge part.
You can think of rights as a to-do list for the state. They place a positive duty on the government. This means the state must do certain things. For example, your right to education means the state has to provide schools. Your right to health means it has to build hospitals. The state has to take action to make your rights real.
But at the same time, rights are also a do-not-do list for the state. They basically draw a line and tell the government, you cannot cross this. They act like a protective shield for us citizens. For instance, your right to privacy means the police can't just enter your house whenever they want. They put limits on the state's power.
Now, this is something we often forget. Having rights is awesome, for sure, but it's not a one-way street. It's not a free-for-all. With great rights come great responsibilities. So let's quickly talk about our duties as citizens.
So what are our duties? First, we have to think about the good of everyone, not just ourselves. Second, and this is critical, we must respect the rights of others. Your right to play loud music ends where my right to peace and quiet begins, right? Third, we have to be smart and balance rights when they clash. And finally, we must stay alert, be vigilant. We have to protect our rights, otherwise we might lose them.
Okay, everyone, exam mode on. I'm going to give you a super useful tip for a question that comes up in exams all the time. You ready for this? Let's go.
Here it is, the classic 5-marker. Differentiate between political, economic, and cultural rights. This is a favorite of the examiners. But how do you write the perfect answer to get full marks? Don't worry, I've got your back. Check this out.
Just look at this table. It's so simple and clear. For political rights, the key word is participation. For economic rights, it's basic needs. And for cultural rights, it's heritage. If you just draw this table or even just write your answer in this format in the exam, I guarantee you'll get full marks. It's clean, it's to the point, and it shows the examiner you know your stuff.
And that's it. The whole chapter on rights done and dusted. See? It wasn't so hard, was it? I am so proud of all of you for putting in the effort. Now walk into that exam hall like a champion, because you are one. You've totally got this. All the very, very best, Beta. And just a little thought to leave you with. Which right are you most thankful for in your own life? Think about it.